See, Donald Trump does use our military against bad guys. And that's what you're supposed to do with our military. Use it against bad guys. You know, terrorists, Marxists, druggies who are trying to ship drugs into the United States of America. Donald Trump says peace through strength. He doesn't say peace, let's all smoke pot. Peace through strength. Strength. Donald Trump does use our military against bad guys. And that's what you're supposed to do with our military. Use it against bad guys. You know, terrorists or Marxists or druggies who are trying to ship drugs into the United States of America. Yeah. Donald Trump says peace through strength. He doesn't say peace, let's all smoke pot. Peace through strength. Strength. So we have this guy named Maduro. He inherited Venezuela from Hugo Chavez. Maduro is a pig. He's a Stalinist, just like Chavez was. They're so-called communist Marxists. And he's a multi-billionaire, and Chavez died a multi-billionaire, and he left the money to his kids. They're multi-billionaires. Meanwhile, the people in Venezuela are starving to death. Not a hell of a lot they can do about it, but try to escape, of course, to our country, because they pay off militias. Militias that are in neighborhoods and communities. They go through the neighborhoods and terrorize people and brutalize people. And this is the great struggle, you know, of the Islamists and the Marxists in the United States and throughout the world to bring paradise of the sort that they have in Venezuela. And, of course, they talk about equality. Well, there is equality if you're not part of the ruling class. Equality, you're all poor as hell. You're all starving to death. And this is a country, Venezuela, that was the wealthiest country in our hemisphere behind us, number 2, because of its massive oil production and reserves and so forth. So they turned the wealthiest, second wealthiest country into the poorest. You might say, well, that reminds me of California. Yeah, exactly. They took what was the wealthiest, the most beautiful state that we have, and they're busy trying to turn it into a third world kind of government there. So in any event, they're shipping drugs to the United States through this gang. And apparently we have known about this, satellite and other, and the president has sent a small armada off the coast of Venezuela. I say Venezuela because that's Bernie Sanders. Cuba, Venezuela. And if anybody knows how to pronounce the names of communist regimes, he would. The United States of America. So something was done about it this time around. The military interceded. Let's take a look at this report from CBS Evening News the other day. Go.
President Trump has been threatening to use the military to go after drug cartels, and today the administration says he did.
The Navy has been pouring warships into the southern Caribbean. Today, U.S. forces launched what a defense official calls a precision strike against a vessel from Venezuela.
It was filled with drugs, the official says, and operated by a narco-terrorist organization. Charlie D'Agata is at the Pentagon with the details. Charlie?
More details coming in this afternoon, Maurice. The strike announced this afternoon by the president comes at a time of unprecedented military buildup near Venezuela. It marks the first of its kind so far, and the administration warns this is just the beginning. Video posted by President Trump shows the moment the boat was struck. He claimed it killed 11 members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, and that the vessel was in international waters, transporting drugs towards the U.S.
We just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that, and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, traveling to Mexico City, posted the boat was operated by a designated narco-terrorist organization out of Venezuela. The administration recently doubled the bounty to $50 million for information leading to the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, linking him to a drug cartel.
Maduro was a bus driver, just so you know. And, of course, he makes him qualified to run the entire country. I have nothing against bus drivers, but nobody is qualified to run the entire country. Go ahead.
The Pentagon in recent weeks has been surging battleships towards the coast of Venezuela. It includes 2 destroyers, a guided missile cruiser, and the Iwo Jima with more than 25...
They don't really explain why, do they? That Venezuela has become a major hub for sending drugs into our country, deadly drugs. The border was wide open under Biden. This gang, these narco-terrorists, came into our country, as you're well aware. The president's trying to force them out. The Democrat lawyers dressed up as federal judges are trying to keep them in the country because, after all, they need their gerrymandered numbers. Go ahead.
100 Marines on board, capable of launching fighter jets and helicopters off its deck, specifically designed to move large numbers of forces on shore if needed. On Monday, President Maduro called it the greatest threat to the continent in 100 years, and in response, he's deployed 15,000 troops to the border.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time, and these came out of Venezuela. And coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela.
Ooh, he must be a war hawk. Did Levin have lunch with him? No, I didn't. And he's not a war hawk. He's a statesman. He's a leader. That's what he is, and that's what you do.
Want to see more Mark Levin? Go to LevinTV.com and subscribe now.